Hello and welcome to the Rambling Hour.
You started very quiet there. Oh,
Maybe, because the game is being very quiet.
Oh, okay.
Today we are playing... Oh, there's no title!
So we're playing...
Gris.
Gris!
Oh, fuck you.
Yeah, so very artsy 2D platformer.
It's a pretty game.
Came out earlier this year.
I don't know if I'm gonna use controller or mouse and keyboard. I'll figure it out.
Is she yawning? Or...
I don't know.
Oh,
It sort of matches with the music.
I thought there was sound with it.
I just said it sort of matches with the music.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not hearing anything, so...
We'll see what happens. I have
Yeah.
no idea what this game is. I was told it's best to record this without knowing what the fuck I'm getting into.
Okay.
So, I don't know what I'm getting into! Yay!
Crazy animation, that's for sure.
I like the animation.
Mm-hmm.
Although her body occasionally breaks.
Yeah, well...
But I'm fine with that, because it's obviously more about the motion.
Yeah, that's kind of a rule with animation and art in general. Fuck it if the body breaks. If it looks good, it looks good.
Well, that's something I'm still crap at.
Yeah, I keep
I've
trying
been
to push you in
I've been fighting with it for months now.
I keep telling you to indeed exaggerate your emotions more. Oh well. So, creative director, Konrad Rosen.
Mm-hmm. I don't know who that is.
He had his work cut out for him.
I wonder how long this intro is gonna go for. We have a couple of things to talk about. I don't want to jump in that quickly.
Yeah, because it's all depressing as fuck.
Yes!
It's really depressing. This
E3 is over, the world is depressing. Well, the world of video games is depressing.
Yeah, it's all super depressing. Well, there's one nice thing. Steam sales are upon us, people. Bye.
Well, that even ends with something depressing. Did you know that I fucked it up so bad that people thought they had to remove games from their wishlist to get a game they wanted?
Oh?
Yeah, it was really badly communicated because apparently, like, if you're in the winning racing team, there is a chance you get picked to win a game.
Okay.
And it wasn't clear that it was just going to be the first game on your wishlist, so stop deleting indie games from your wishlist! Tits!
I'm not sure why wish lists are such an important metric for developers, though. Because you'd think, you kind of just want sales. No?
It gives you an idea of potential customers. Like, people are showing interest, and who you can message to, in a sense, like, who might get messages. Or, for example, if you're going to give out coupons, I think you can say, do it for people who have me on their wish list.
Oh, like that, okay. Which is kind of funny, I've never had a coupon for a single game
I'm
I had on my
actually playing
wishlist.
now, FYI.
Okay. I've never had a coupon for a game I had on my wishlist. I always
get coupons for games I actually own, or because of games I actually own.
Yeah, for me, I remember that I got a coupon for Banished because I owned Frostpunk. And I was like, yeah, okay, I can kind of see that there. And then I was like, you know what, Banished seemed fun, it's 50% off, I'll get it with the coupon. And then I got a coupon for Frostpunk because I owned Banished. And it's like, thanks, but...
I like this animation. Look at it.
Mm-hmm.
The rotation is like just enough. Like
Yeah. They put like one frame in there, it seems, with a rotation, and it's enough.
Oh yeah.
Probably feels responsive as well.
Yep.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's always a problem with animating and over-animating your characters.
I don't know if I'll need more buttons than these.
Hmm.
It's a one-button game with motion.
So yeah, but everyone, just buy games! Buy!
We didn't do this for this the Epic Game Store sales. What, are we hypocrites? Are we shills?
Maybe. Neither of us really has Epic
I do have it installed
Oh, you do
because I
have
was
it.
playing Subnautica on it.
Oh, right, yeah.
Because it was like cheap.
Yeah, I haven't used the Unreal Engine
Free.
in years because I don't really like it. That dislike is kind of formed because I used to work on an old laptop and Unreal just makes it die. So.
Well, you're wrong for disliking it.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like, I will always say that Unity is great for, like, more experimental titles, but if you know what you're doing has been done before, Unreal Engine is gonna do it better.
Maybe.
If you don't need extreme customization, you're better off with Unreal Engine because it renders generally more easily. Like, you need to know shader code for Unity, for as far as I know, still.
Oh, yeah, that's old. I mean, shader code. Oh, Unity has a visual shader graph now.
Is it not still in beta?
No, it's not in beta anymore. Though it is still C development, you know.
Yeah.
But it's not in beta anymore. But
how extensive is this the visual shader graph?
I don't know. I don't use it.
Is it extensible?
Yeah. You can make your own nodes in
Okay.
it. Yeah, it's extensible. That's for sure. But that's old hat. Now you can make your own render pipelines in Unity, which that takes a lot of technical knowledge, but it's going to be
Like this, for example, would be a bit
change.
dumb to try and do in Unreal.
Oh yeah. Why would
Custom engine or Unity, pick one.
Yeah.
I can't reach that at the moment.
But yeah, Unreal always came with more of a default. Yeah, this looks nice, but then trying to modify it to look more like what you want can be an absolute pain. Whereas Unity, it looks terrible and you'll have to do more work to make it look decent, but you have a more direct control over it. You don't need to like override 50 different settings that are default in Unity. Because Unity just doesn't have 50 default settings for how it renders things.
Yes, it does. Like, you have trouble all the time with finding the macros. I keep hearing you complain about it all the time.
Yeah, but the macros are in shader code. And that's because the shader code is not
So
very
you're
well
fucked when you're
documented.
trying to customize, which does not invalidate my original point.
You're fucked when you try to customize using code, yeah.
When you're trying to customize Unity, I mean.
Yeah, when you're trying to do it via code, but that's where shader graph comes in. But I'm not using it because, I'm kind of old-fashioned.
You're old-fashioned and you like complaining and hurting yourself.
Which is funny, because originally I learned how to make shaders in Unreal 3 with their shader graph, and I was kind of good at it even.
I really like making shaders in Unreal.
Yeah, even though I remember on your first exam you were like making this thing that was like, how did that happen?
I don't remember how that happened either, but that was a combination of like not having had enough time to like actually practice it or anything.
Yeah, I mean, sure, it was...
It was purely a practice problem in my case. Like, I had not had the time.
Yeah, it was lack of experience, and probably if I had taken that same exam the very first time I was working with, for my very first shader exam.
My second attempt was like perfect, basically, but that's because by then I had like made a shader that was made to shade a limited set of items in very different ways. As in, I was trying to have one shader for an entire level where there were multiple different looking areas.
Okay.
And my tile sets were like completely colored with masks.
Oh, okay.
So I had like masks for like these bits are gonna be one type of color.
What did you do that for?
What?
That shader, what did you write that for? Because I can't remember.
Level design or whatever it was called.
I don't remember
that was
your
my
project
retake.
for it.
It was the thing that I intended to be underwater, but you couldn't tell it.
Oh yeah, that one.
And I still want to completely retake it from scratch, but I feel like I need to be able to overpaint it a bit. But so far, it's been always a disaster whenever I tried. Ooh, what's happening? That doesn't look healthy. Ooh, color! It's not grey anymore.
You mean it's not gris anymore?
Now it's rouge.
Yes.
Actually, where they colored the fingers is perfect. Because that's where, if you want to make your fingers look more alive in a painting, you just add a bit of red or pinkish to it.
It was even giving a little info thingy about red.
I didn't entirely read it.
Yeah, me
What did
neither.
it say?
I didn't fully catch it either.
Oh well, we're recording. We'll see it later.
Yeah. But honey, you have to be very careful with it if you want to make it alive. Just add a little bit of red there.
Yeah.
Because Tumblr did that with noses, and whoo boy did that become a meme.
But that also counts for noses. But you need to keep it in check.
Yeah, that's the thing. Tumblr didn't keep it in check, and it became a meme.
Yeah.
Tumblr noses are just wine noses.
You've seen my paintings, honey. I'm okay.
Yeah.
I try to not overdo it. I try to estimate how things should work. I like these environments.
Yeah, they're neat. Hey, look, more big mysterious ruins. The thing that I like. Yeah, shaders.
For some reason, I'm feeling this experience is going to end up like Night of the Rabbit again.
Oh boy.
You immediately get flashbacks.
Yeah. Oh well.
Well, I'd recommend it, despite the fact that it basically broke me halfway through.
So what did you get for the Steam sale so far?
The wrong Tomb Raider game, the right Tomb Raider game. Donut Conti.
Please specify with the Tomb Raider, because are we being Tomb Raider-ist?
I wanted to try the new trilogy now that it's massively cheap. Because I'm at least a little hostile to it, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because I feel
as someone who liked the old Tomb Raiders, I assume.
Yeah, because I felt that they were just stealing away a character I admired.
Okay.
For basically feminist talking points that I didn't agree with. That was my feeling about it.
Yeah.
But I got confused between Tomb Raider and Rise of the Tomb Raider being the first one. Well, actually, it didn't show the regular Tomb Raider on my page because probably ages ago I had told Steam to not fucking show it to me because I hated it.
Thanks,
At the
I
time.
hate it. Well, you've been playing it yesterday.
I've been playing it yesterday, and my response has basically been like, "Oh God, stop beating her over the head. I get it. She's suffering. My God."
It also
Shh. Be reverent. There's a sunrise.
It also seems like Square Enix is just mandating that every game they publish must have half an hour long cutscenes, because Tomb Raider has those now too.
Yeah.
From what I heard from you.
It's like, finally the cutscene is over.
I don't get why Japanese developers are so preoccupied with making their games half movies. It's like, come on, just let us play.
Yeah, let me play the goddamn game.
Yeah. Just overly long, elaborate
and so far my response to some of the mechanics has been like, oh, you gave me survivor vision. Fuck you, I'm not using it. I don't want to use it.
So, now she is Lara Batman.
Yeah, basically.
Wait, no. Lara Geralt Man. That's... we should come up with like this...
Wayne Geralt Croft.
Yeah.
Is that how that works?
But when you say Wayne, nobody knows that you mean Bruce Wayne. It's just we should have like this little term for like, oh yeah, you have the vision.
There is the title.
That's the title. 15 minutes after start.
Well, Tomb Raider was the same. But it didn't have it on the menu. But who cares?
I'm acting like it's a ridiculous amount, but latest Assassin's Creed had it 5 hours after start.
That was like, what?
That was awkward. Yeah. I mean, I remember that Assassin's Creed wanted to always make their intro screen kind of impressive and such, but Assassin's Creed
used to have a thing with trying to make everything that happened in game make sense within the game world. As in, the whole Animus thing was to make sense that you didn't really die, that you couldn't go kill people at random, etc.
Yeah.
That was the entire point of the Animus, to make it make sense. And now it's like, we don't care anymore. I honestly feel like the whole Animus thing doesn't have anything to do anymore with the Assassin's Creed games. Like, I feel like I'm just being torn out of the game whenever they bring it up.
Yeah.
Like that time when they were like, "Oh my God, we found Atlantis in the past. Let's now quickly go there, even though we don't know how to enter it yet."
But honestly, that's been a complaint that's been with the series since the very beginning.
Mm-hmm. Like, you could have waited a bit. Like, it's obvious you don't know how to enter it, and by going there immediately as soon as you find it, you're giving it away to your competitors, enemies, whatever you want to call the Templars.
No, I just remember that in Assassin's Creed 1, everybody just hated that after you finished a chapter, you would just get booted out and head to sleep as Desmond. It's like, just... I know that you're talking about meta plot here, but it's not really interesting.
And the thing is that they never paid off that meta plot. Like, I was absolutely ready to start playing Desmond, like in Assassin's Creed 3, and then we got the stupid Indian guy.
I never played 3. I've played up until the last Ezio game, which, honestly, I feel I should maybe revisit sometime, because I do not remember that game at all, and it's like, how do you make a game that features Constantinople / Istanbul? How do you make that forgettable? How do you make someone like me, who really friggin' loves Prince of Persia, just forget a whole game that takes place in an Islamic / Arabian inspired setting? How do you do that?
Okay, Windows a mechanic here.
Okay. Is the music syncing up to it? Because it sounds like it is.
Yeah, it's doing that.
Okay. So, for me, what I've been buying for the Steam sale, a lot of post-apocalyptic stuff.
I haven't mentioned the last game I bought.
Oh, okay.
Donut County.
Oh yeah, you did, but you haven't really talked about it. You did mention it. Didn't you buy anything else besides...
Firewatch, but I haven't touched that yet.
Oh yeah, Firewatch is also a game I kind of wanted to take a look at after all these years. Just seemed neat, and hey, it looks pretty.
Yeah.
That's always a way
it's
to get my attention.
It's Telltale guys, right? If I remember correctly?
Yeah, was the writer guys who left after Walking Dead Season 1, I believe.
And the entire reason why Telltale turned to complete shit afterwards.
Well, no. But losing your two most... Well, losing your two most capable writers, or at least said to be most capable writers, that's gonna sting if you're making
most creative writers, basically.
Yeah.
Appreciate your writers, developers. We don't have enough of them.
I never played Walking Dead games.
The first season was okay, but you could feel that nothing really had an impact.
Okay.
And in the second season it was completely gone, the illusion.
Okay.
Don't I need to pick that up? Or do I need like 2 ticks?
No, oh yeah, it's probably that you need to get another of those lights and then make a bridge again.
Yeah. Hello, little rock.
I like the walking rocks. They remind me a bit from the Pirates of the Caribbean thing where Jack Sparrow is like in sort of limbo and there's like rock crabs.
Oh, my controller is buzzing. So I guess the controller is active as well, so if I do this, yep, there you go.
Yay, plug and play controls, they're so great.
I love it.
Yeah. No, I've bought a lot of post-apocalyptic stuff.
And you've been playing the crap out of Fallout.
Yeah, so...
the supposedly good ones.
I finally finished Fallout 2, I had to cheat again. Because... fuck, the ending of Fallout 2 is just really railroading you into one particular playstyle. If you're not a speech player, then yeah, fuck you. And I know, yeah, people go like, oh, but you can use these heavy guns and such, and it's like, yeah, well, I played a small, smart character who doesn't... oh, whoa!
Mommy, I want off.
No you don't. I guess as long as you're in there, you're safe. Also, was the glowing thing there?
Oh, probably one of the things I need to pick up.
Oh yeah, you're gonna go round the bend like that. Yeah. Yay! Damn. Imagine a world where there's massive rock crabs that just walk like that.
Morrowind.
Yeah, fair.
Close enough.
Fair. Close enough.
You
But
just
these are
never see them run around.
These are
actually.
bigger than Morrowind.
I wonder if you like would remake Morrowind and you would actually have the Stilt Rider rides happen.
I wouldn't really do that because Stilt Riders are supposed to be fast travel. Kind of beats...
I liked how it was slow paced the entire game.
Yeah, I know, but still, sometimes you just want to get somewhere fast and then you needed at least to get a Stilt Rider. Because even if you took a Stilt Rider, that was still not fast because you only got like closer to where you needed to be. You generally didn't get where you had to be.
Come on.
And I think that's fine. I think that, you know, just travel points is a perfectly fine mechanic, but you don't want to slow it down even more.
Okay, no, I couldn't make it. I want to try something because it's reacting to me here.
Yeah.
As in,
I mean,
what if I do this?
there's
while it's
obviously
starting the
something you
wind?
need to do.
What if I jump as the wind starts? If that doesn't work, let's move on.
What? Didn't you just need to fall on top of it from higher?
Nope, it doesn't do
No.
anything. It doesn't give me.
I
vector
think you
anymore.
would just have to fall on top of it from higher. 'Cause you
Well,
came
I
from that
can't go
pillar,
up
no?
anymore.
Yeah. Guess you messed it up.
Oh no, I couldn't get the shiny. I want the shiny.
Hmm.
I wonder what happened here because this doesn't look like a healthy place.
No, it indeed doesn't. But yeah, so Fallout 2, I get why people think that it's great for allowing more role-playing, because places like New Reno are just full of different player options, but the story kind of doesn't. At least by the end. It really forces you in specific builds to be successful.
I think that's like a thing that you notice a lot with like...
Oh!
How do I do that then? Let's go back.
That's probably also going to allow you to stay still in the wind.
If I need to.
So you were saying something that you noticed a lot about?
Games that try to be at least a little bit more role-play or systematic, if the budget doesn't allow for it, like you get railroaded by the end anyway. Look at famous example thingy. Vampire the Masquerade. Like, it starts a fucking awesome, split up as crazy, but then by the end you have to fight anyway.
No. Vampire does not start split up as crazy. Vampire's biggest spectacle is just that there's a couple of clans that you can play as that drastically change dialogue.
Well, yeah.
But that's different. But
when you're the ugly farts,
yeah, the Nosferatu.
then you're not playing the same way as the rest.
No, that's true, but the quest approaches, there generally aren't multiple approaches towards quest solutions, for one. And
Can't you
many
talk
of
your
them,
way through a lot of them and then fight your way through a lot of them?
Nope. No.
There you go.
It's either talk or fight.
I honestly think that was the intention anyway.
Well, personally, one of my biggest gripes is I play Toreador, who are the artsy vampires. I quite like him. In the early game, there's a mission where you need to destroy art.
So this game.
Yeah. But yeah, you need to destroy art, and it's like, sorry, but I'm a Toreador. That's not how we roll.
That's dramatic.
Yeah, quite. That's not how Toreador roll. That's not what we do. But there is no alternative approach. You have to destroy 4 paintings to cause a blood guard to come up that you then have to defeat in combat. And that's how a lot of the game goes. There's very few instances where you can either talk or fight. You just have to do, the developers decide, this is a talking mission, this is a fighting mission. And that is a big shame from my experience.
I'm so gonna regret doing this, but let's go. I'm a rock!
Yep. That's a deep fall. Oh, is that a bell?
Yeah,
Again?
seems so. Now it's going Gris again.
Yeah. So, Vampire from the very beginning was very railroady.
I think the only game that sort of succeeded in really splitting up was like the original Deus Ex.
Yeah, and...
New Deus Ex isn't that great with it either. Ooh.
Yeah.
Birds!
And even there, the original Deus Ex is pretty linear, but just allows you many different approaches towards the same problem. Which, honestly, the new Deus Ex isn't too bad at it either. For one, it's perfectly possible to go full-on pacifist through the new Deus... Well, old Deus Ex. I think as well outside of the boss fights, and even then some of the boss fights you can kind of avoid, so... Yeah. It's different, that's for sure. The story doesn't split up at all, but it does allow for player freedom. But yeah. So yeah. Now that I finished Fallout 2, I bought New Vegas, and I've been playing that.
And it's been crashing all the fucking time.
Yeah, it's really unstable. I will probably look at a couple of quality of life mods. Because, you know, I bought it with all the extra DLCs and everything, so I assume there's no other developer patches or such that I still need to get, because it's the Steam version, so those are generally up to date.
Well, as up to date as they get.
So I will probably have to look at stability mods and such. One of the things that I did realize, okay, the Fallout 1 and 2 inventory UIs and just UIs in general are terrible, but the new Fallout UIs, they aren't really all that much better.
They're already like in the Bethesda console era, right?
Yeah. New Vegas was made on the Bethesda frameworks.
I feel like in Oblivion and Fallout 3 that the UI just turned to kind of crud for PC.
Yeah. Lists just kind of don't work nicely on PC. They work fine on console. Then again, I've always found it funny when people go like, yeah, honestly, like, if you want an inventory UI on console, you want a list. You don't want a grid.
You don't necessarily need that. Proof being Divinity 2 and 1.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like people always said, no, grids don't work nice on console, and I'm like, why not, really?
We've played DOS 1 with a bit of split screen, right? And I think that's the most fun we've had with it, because we are completely incompatible as players.
Yeah, we kind of are.
Hey, let's go back to town for the reward. No, I want to do the other quest.
Yeah, pretty much. Having fun there.
Yeah.
So I always found that a bit weird that people go like, grids aren't nice on console, and it's like, why not? I mean, everything is still kind of close together. You have more movement options to go to the items. It's not, navigating a grid isn't inherently more difficult with a controller than it is with a mouse.
I really don't know where that idea comes from even.
Yeah. So it kind of blows him. Ah, there you go. That was kind of tricky.
I was worried for a second it wouldn't be in time.
So yeah, not that great a UI, especially exacerbated.
Your UI should try to make every action that is possible in a game as easy and quick as possible to do.
Yeah, which, let's be very real here, it's an incredibly difficult design order. Like, you can be like, oh yeah, this kind of system will generally help more with that, but yeah, still, it's a tall order.
I know that, but I'm saying it with that knowledge.
But so the Fallout UIs. First of all, another problem of the game is that there's just so many more items in the modern Fallout games than there was in Fallout 1 and 2.
I can imagine.
So there's just so many more things that you need to keep track of, and beyond the very broad categories that they have built in the UI, there's no sorting options whatsoever. So I can't sort on weight.
Yeah, and that sucks.
I can't sort on weight or anything
like if you're
that.
overburdened, how are you gonna know what is too much?
Yeah, that's just generally first look at weapons. Because the weapons are generally the heaviest things. in the game.
I don't feel like that's very helpful, to be honest.
No, it's not. It's not. I do spend a bit more time than I'd like to just managing my inventory. Also because I am a bit...
Compared to that Fallout 1 bug where you could get overburdened without any consequences is okay.
Yeah. With Fallout 1 the problem was more that sometimes you really want to pick something up but you couldn't. And then it gets really annoying.
Oh wow. Nature of the older medium.
Yeah.
Oh, the music is really great though.
Okay. But there's that. But I do feel that for one, the Legion gets introduced really nicely in my opinion.
Does it?
Yeah. The first time you see them, it's you enter a village that you just kind of had to pass through. And it's like, yeah, it's on fire. Everyone has been executed, and there's a couple of these assholes standing there being all like, these people were rotten to the core and they deserve this punishment. And you will spread the word of how cruel we are because we are just and the Wasteland should fear us. And it's like, this leaves a bit of an impact. Because that's kind of the main flaw, I feel, in Fallout 1 and 2. Fallout 1 does introduce the mutants kind of okay. But the monster kind of appears out of nowhere.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Although it's the most interesting visual character and voice character.
I would agree with that, yeah. The monster is pretty neat and...
How many voice actors did it have?
2.
2?
Yeah.
For how many voices?
4 voices. And the male voice actor is the guy who did Winnie the Pooh.
So Winnie the Pooh is a creepy thing that...
that wants to eradicate humanity and unify it all together under one species because then maybe they would have a fighting chance to survive the wasteland.
How can I do this? There we go. I was trying to aim a bit.
Yeah. Ooh, clockwork.
I feel like I'm in Castlevania.
Na 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 na.
That's the wrong song.
No?
For the clock tower it is.
Oh, yeah.
That was like Bloody Tears at times, right?
The clock tower has had many different theme songs. I don't... But why are you jumping away? Those are...
Because I can't open it. I don't have enough. So I'm gonna try to see if there's other ways to go.
Well, maybe go to the left.
Yeah, well, I'm trying.
Okay. So, yeah, the monster kind of got introduced at the very last second. Fallout 2, the Enclave...
The thing is, a bit... I feel like the master is the main villain regardless of how you think about it. Because of he is the reason why they're doing all the awful things. Before that, you don't really necessarily know the reasoning behind the mutants, right?
No. Well, they talk a little bit about the Unity, but they're kind of vague about things. But then Fallout 2, the Enclave. Okay, yeah, they kidnap your villagers, and you do get some, camera feeds and such where you see them murdering murdering people. But beyond that, the Enclave isn't that much of a presence until you go and meet them, and then it's like, oh yeah, here's the president of the USA, who...
And he's a massive asshole, like every depiction of the president of the USA.
Yeah, it's kind of weird when people go, they're super nuanced. It's like, no, it's not. He's kind of a genocidal maniac who has a flimsy reasoning behind his... honey, why don't you go up on the left there? No, just...
It's too high.
Is it? Is it? No, it's not.
Look, I can't reach it. I can only reach it if I can get on the top of this thing.
Oh, okay, like that. Yeah. Okay. But then you're gonna need to drop this balloon a lot lower.
Yeah, maybe I'm gonna race it.
Yeah, you're gonna have to be fast.
Slow but surely.
I think you're too slow. Huh?
Almost.
Why don't you do the weight thingy on that platform where you go down from, instead of in the middle of that boulder. Just go as quick as you can from there. That saves you probably half a second.
Are we speedrunning now?
Yes, we're speedrunning. GDQ has been going on anyway, so...
Well, it's probably gonna be done by the time this video goes up.
Probably. But yeah, so then the president comes, he's kind of a genocidal prick with a very flimsy excuse for wanting to genocide
isn't that
all
like
the
the
mutants.
entire excuse of like American wars these days? We have all this weaponry, we don't know what to do with. Somebody please be a challenge.
Yeah, but that's not the equivalent in Fallout. Like, yeah, okay, the Enclave is scientifically speaking super advanced, but they are outnumbered hard. They are nothing. They're like 2 bunkers worth of people. They're not gonna do anything. But no, it's basically human purity must be restored, so all the mutants, including just regular wastelanders, because apparently internally we are mutated quite differently, must die, because we would the mutants would basically outperform pure humans.
I do feel like the purity of humans thing is something that does occur more often in reality and fiction. Like, it does come from a place. Like, how often do we hear about you're not the right kind of whatever the fucky?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so they're little animals that... Oh,
I feel guilty now.
They're hermit crabs.
I heard a hermit crab. Thanks. Now you have a bigger house.
It would be funny if it would actually get angry at you. Like, I'm a big rock now.
Just try to smack me.
Yeah, exactly.
It wouldn't fit with the tone of the game so far.
So, you can get up there, I think. No, on the left.
No, well, I'm just trying, but it might only... No.
Oh, okay, it's a foreground thing. Might come into play later.
Yeah.
So, the president has a super flimsy excuse.
Don't people in general have like flimsy excuses sometimes for what they're doing?
Well, here's the thing where it rubs me more the wrong way. People go all like, oh, but you know, the Fallout villains were really in tune with the themes of the games, and the Master kind of was. I will give him that. The Master was right when he said that, look, even at our very lowest, we are still fighting each other and destroying ourselves that way. And he was right. You saw ample evidence of that within the Fallout 1 game. The president is talking about racial purity that, you know, will eke out the regular humans, but it's like, I'm not seeing it anywhere.
Looking back at how these games were developed, that indeed Fallout 2 would have more problems with team than Fallout 1.
Fallout 2 was kind of rushed out, after all.
So there you go, evidence again that if you want a game that has any amount of chance to resonate, you want to give it time to boil to cooking point.
Yeah, I would say Fallout 2 is probably the better sandbox of the two, and being a sandbox RPG was kind of their unique selling point that hadn't really been done before. But Fallout 1 has this more coherent story, and it gives a little more player options at the end game. So there's that. Oh, and then of course after
you can basically finish it in 5 minutes if you know what to do.
Yeah. Oh, and then of course there is also the issue, and that's why I cheated in the end, of Frank fucking Horrigan. Drop down that hole.
No. I can still go higher. I need all the force I can get, man.
Okay.
That much is obvious.
Can you go high?
Yeah, I wasn't jumping right.
Yeah. So then there's Frank fucking Horrigan, who is just a big, mean video gamey end boss, and I think he destroys the end game, and that's the reason why I cheated, because I couldn't talk the other...
This makes me happy for some reason.
I couldn't talk the other Enclave soldiers into helping me defeat him, and just using
I
the
feel like
turrets was
because
not
we
enough.
missed the description that we are missing some of what they're trying to do here.
Yeah, maybe. So yeah, Frank Horrigan is bad. I really don't like his inclusion in the game.
Why have you been imitating him all week then?
That wasn't Frank Horrigan, that was Dornan.
Ah, okay.
Frank Horrigan is basically a super mutant in power armor, which is already weird. The president has him as his personal bodyguard, right? But the president is all about, human purity must be preserved. Mutants are going to, out-evolve us, so that's why we need to kill them.
Horrigan probably believes that will save him.
No, Horrigan is just a super loyalist, but why would the president employ a mutant? Hypocrisy much?
Hypocrisy.
Yeah, okay, sure. But that's like, okay, yeah, then maybe the president was a massive hypocrite. The game doesn't really do anything with it.
Bleh. Think for a second for the French words I've completely forgotten.
No.
Or is it more vert?
This is more blue, honey, so c'est bleu.
C'est bleu?
Wait, c'est vert!
A color has been brought back. Okay, there's not really a description, it's just the color has come.
Okay, so...
I like to associate the color of green with hope.
Huh? I suppose...
I don't know if that's actually what it's
color theory says, but...
or what it's traditionally associated with for any culture.
Consider that, green is associated with new life, so you can say that it's hope. Spring, new life, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
There you go.
So yeah, Frank Horrigan is just bad. The game didn't need that, but they felt they needed because it's a video game. It needs a big end boss, right? It needs you something to fight. That's really difficult.
I am so done with that.
Yeah.
I'm also done with experience bars in games.
Yeah, because you found one in Tomb Raider yesterday.
Like, that was my immediate reaction after a while. Like, you know what? Fuck that experience bar. Fuck it for existing.
I find it kind of a shame that it's Todd Howard who said that, but he said, does an RPG still need an experience bar? And in a sense, I kind of want to see that.
Depends on what kind of RPG you're making.
For
example, you can completely run a D&D campaign without an experience bar, which we are doing with our Curse of Strahd.
Yeah, but I mean, here's the thing. The experience bar implies character levels. Do you need character levels in an RPG? And it's a shame that it's Todd Howard who said it.
The thing I also notice in this sense is... what am I thinking of right now? Right. You know that we played Champions of Kryn like a little while ago, right?
Yeah.
It's AD&D rules.
Yeah.
To level up in that game specifically, you need to gain enough experience and then go training.
Yeah.
And once you remove training from the equation, the experience bar loses a lot of its implied use. Like you go out and do a bunch of shit, and then by the time you're back, there will have been some changes basically to how you think about fighting. So you're like, let's try some things out, and then you get better.
It's like my joke I had with our Curse of Strahd game when my fighter finally got to level 5 and thus learned extra attack.
Yeah.
So people, the backstory of my fighter is that he's a veteran general, professional
and he had
army
a nice
man.
wife and kids.
Yes.
His wife is dead.
Yes, you killed her. Thanks for that. So anyway, I made this joke that when we got to level 5, so we woke up in the tavern, that my character would storm down to the rest of the parties. Guys! I discovered this thing. I thought of this thing, this revolutionary new thing last night, and I dreamt about and check this out, guys. Check this out. And he makes like 2 swings in the air with his weapon and just starts roaring enthusiastically like, this is so great, this is the best thing ever. And it's like, dude, you're an army veteran, you should know how to make extra attacks. So in that sense, yeah, leveling up in role-playing doesn't really make a lot of sense. That's kind of why I do like the Elder Scrolls system of you level up what you use. I like that system. It makes a lot of sense.
But you can't translate that to a D&D campaign in the current
setup. No. That doesn't work for D&D.
Or you have to heavily modify it somehow.
But that's why I find it such a shame that it's Todd Howard of all people who says it, because no one trusts Todd Howard to innovate.
No, he has been actively reducing choice in his games.
Yeah, but when...
Oh, which reminds me, I forgot to do a thing for this series.
Mm-hmm.
I made that Argonian with all the skills that got removed in later games.
Oh yeah, oh we can always do that some other time.
Yeah, the save is not going to go anywhere.
Exactly. No, but that's what I do
It's
sometimes wonder. What if you would have an RPG without character progression?
Mm-hmm.
Just, no skill levels that need to be bumped up, no attribute points that need to be bumped up.
Then you can make your progression entirely social.
Yeah.
And maybe even monetary, but money tends to always lose value over time in RPGs.
Mm-hmm. Because we don't build proper economic systems in our games.
No!
At least the first one doesn't collapse.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I kind of do wonder how that is going to work.
You just invent different ways to make people feel like they're growing.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I do kind of want to see that. And who knows, maybe Todd Howard does it and maybe it is the best thing ever, but let's be honest.
It's another creature.
Aww.
Oh, don't run away!
He's shy.
Actually, what time it is? Is it just in case? Cause we're just rambling
we've
on.
been almost
And we haven't talked about our topics at all. Do we care? Nah.
Not really, it's all depressing. Basically, let's just say Jason Schreier wrote another article. It's, again, really harsh. This time it's about QA personnel in Treyarch being treated as at best second rank.
Nobody will ever find me.
Being treated at best as second rank citizens. It's
awful.
Pretty gross. And QA has generally been kind of put upon in the games industry in general, so this is not like just a Treyarch thing, this is...
It's really bad though in the Treyarch case.
Yeah, it's really bad, but I mean, you and I have both heard stories like these before, and yeah, it's gross. Go read that article, it's nasty. What else did I buy on Steam? Oh yeah, so outside of Fallout New Vegas, I bought Mad Max.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I've been...
Aren't you sick of open world games yet? Says the woman who still wants to play Yakuza Kiwami 2, etc.
Yeah, that's the thing. I am kind of sick of open world games, despite not really having played that many. But here's also the thing. I've been on a driving game kick lately, remember?
What am I gonna do with you?
How much more driving can you get than Mad Max? So I bought
an actual racing game. Get a Burnout or something.
I did get that as well. I got Burnout Paradise, which is an open world Burnout. The only other Burnout I played was Burnout 3, which was fun. So Mad Max. Yeah, I've been on a bit of a post-apocalyptic kick. It goes further. I also bought Stalker.
I fed it.
You. Oh, fed him. Okay. I bought Stalker, Shadow of Chernobyl, which, let's get cheeky-breaky. And then I also bought Age of Decadence, which is
so adorable!
Which is a social RPG, which also apparently takes place in some sort of a post-apocalyptic Rome-inspired setting, so yeah.
How do you do the hide-and-seek thing in English? When you finished counting.
Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ready or not, here I come. We say who isn't gone is seen, literally translated in our language. Wie niet weg is gezien. Oh, he isn't hiding anymore. No,
well, if I come to him, he hides.
Okay.
He was hiding more quickly earlier.
So now you have a little friend.
I fed him. Of course I have a friend now. That's how that works, right? Oh, I have an idea.
I suppose that's how we tamed wolves into being domestic dogs. Yes?
I don't know what use this is gonna have.
Okay, little mister, you should clean up off behind ya.
It's a forest, it's natural waste, it's fine.
Yeah, I know, I'm joking. A biodegradable banana, you're throwing that in the bin?
Well, in town you would.
Yeah, it's this joke from the BBC where they had like footage of their documentaries and they put funny voices over it.
I love the BBC sometimes, like especially when they like make fun of Americans. Right, Ben Shapiro, I've never heard of you.
Oh, that interview.
Oh, it's the best.
Clearly, you're just another leftist opinion journalist. Laughs inconservative.
Oh, is that your home? Can I join?
Looks like it might be some. But hey, weren't we going to be like a Oh well, who am I kidding? We've never been a no politics podcast.
We were going to try to not particularly shit on specific beliefs, but I don't like Ben Shapiro because his entire method of speaking is trying to sound smarter than he actually is. Yeah,
talk fast, try to confuse who you're talking with, and make sure you always talk with people who haven't had as much media training as you have. Oh.
Okay, I think I get it. Oh, you found another apple!
Aw.
Just...
Okay, he jumps with you, okay.
I'm a smart kid now. Ooh, where are we going? I'm excited.
Yeah.
Oh man, this reminds me so much of my one experience with Journey. Like, I accidentally actually managed to stay with one guy for the entire playthrough, or girl. And we were just like literally waiting for each other to figure things out. It was like, come on, like just jumping there and bleeping if the other person wasn't making it. And like in the dangerous parts, it was like, oh no, going after them and trying to make sure they would make it out.
I still haven't played it. We have it and I still haven't played it.
I'm not sure if I can make him make it out, so...
Oh, it's a breakable rock.
I'm helping! Oh, so adorable. I don't know, I like little buddies.
Yeah.
Oh, he went up.
Huh.
Enjoy.
And grow big and strong.
Yeah, maybe he is growing, but we're not really noticing it.
Yeah, no, now you... Oh!
Aha! I taught him!
Okay, interesting. Didn't think he'd be capable of doing anything like that.
We're becoming friends through learning. There's another apple. Apple!
Oh no, no minions. No minions.
I do like that short. I'll be back. We'll do this together. Whee! Where is he?
Oh,
There he is!
Aww, rolling. Aww.
It might be safer. He's dizzy.
Is it me or does he have a little crack in his head now?
Oh no, am I slowly killing him?
Or was I cracked there all along?
I don't know. The forest friend. Okay, he doesn't have a name. What do you want to call him? Cubit?
Yeah, it's fine. Reminds me a bit of Qbert though. You know, the old arcade game.
Yeah, I know. Cubert was like a weird snake thing. Can I?
No, he was like this little orange ball on legs with a trunk.
Yeah, but it always made me think of snakes.
There were snakes in that game, though, I think.
Oh, it's gone.
I think so.
Well, I hope you're having fun there, wherever you are. Birds! Ah!
Birds get you so excited.
I just like having reactive birds, it's weird.
And then you find it weird that I feel that the Witness Island is so fucking dead.
Well, it would be distracting in the case of the Witness.
Only for the sound puzzles.
Not
that
just
use
the
bird
sound
sounds.
puzzles.
And you can design for that.
I wonder what the next color is. So we've gotten red and green. Blue?
Maybe. Don't think we're gonna find out during this video still.
No.
Nope, we're almost an hour in now.
Oh no, we're gonna have to say goodbye to the viewers. Oh man. This is gonna be fun.
Oh, okay, it goes in sync with your motions. Not as difficult as it looks. Yeah, okay, it does look really friggin' amazing. So every time you jump it changes here?
Yeah. That's a bit of a difficult one.
That's the trick, don't jump there.
I'm a smart cookie.
I was already thinking, like, if there's some sort of a pattern how you can jump there, but no, it's not gonna work, and it's like, oh wait, you just drop.
More broken bridges. I'm being a bit snotty today.
Are you getting my hay fever?
I hope not.
Shouldn't be contagious.
Contagious?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's hope not. That would be weird.
I mean, it's your immune system overreacting, so... Normally speaking, immune systems don't contaminate each other.
Not sure where to go at the moment, because I wasn't paying that much attention to what direction
Well, I
was
suppose
going.
there is something to be done here with the...
Yeah, but I'm missing one thing.
Oh yeah, right, you only have one. I thought you had two already.
I'm missing a spark.
What if you go right here? Like, down.
Why do I automatically start humming the Bubble Bubble theme? Why is that my loading song? Well, one of the two.
What was the other one again?
The Jungle Book Elephant song.
Oh yeah, right.
I
I am so horribly sorry, dear listener, for subjecting you to annoying little songs my girlfriend is humming.
Hello! Hello! Hello!
What?
Wait, I've killed jars. Have I killed these things? I squashed some jars. Have I been a horrible person? Let's hope not. They are all saying hi to me, sort of.
Are they? Are they making a noise or something?
Yeah, like...
Oh hey, it's your little friend.
Hey! How you doing? Ooh! A little spark for me. Thank you. It's just funny that you can do that. Whee!
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it's just a loop back to where he jumped down.
Yeah.
Wee, wee, wee. Okay, what do we get now?
Oh, so this is a lost color or what? No.
So my jump changed?
Oh, you have a...
A float! Well, basically a double jump.
Okay. She even gets little cape wings. Look at all this geometry.
It's a very square place. Ah! Shouldn't have done that. Oh well. Whee. Ah, okay, so the redbird's things
Boost
launch
you.
me.
Okay.
Interesting. And that's how they sort of keep you going, like they give you a new thing to play with.
Mm-hmm. It's a Metroidvania.
A
Well,
little bit, because you do return to the same center point.
do you?
Yeah. You didn't notice that we have dropped off stars to the same spots twice already?
Hmm.
I'm smart!
Yes. I'm smart.
I do sometimes feel incredibly stupid.
Who doesn't? Remember, honey,
People who are unaware how dumb they actually are.
one of the biggest lies we tell ourselves is, I know what I'm doing.
There's a name for this. That the more you are a specialist, the more you believe you don't know anything.
Oh, yeah.
Was it the Dunning-Kruger effect, or was that a different one?
I have no clue. I tend to
But it is an observed thingy that happens. Like, people believe that they know a lot about things they don't know much about, and once they start knowing a lot more about a thing, then they start realizing how little they actually know. So a physicist isn't going to say they know a lot about the universe, but your little nephew might think they know a lot about the universe because they heard about the Big Bang Theory once.
I suppose. I tend to not remember names of things when they're being just called after the people who wrote about it.
Yeah, that's a bit the thing with psychology, though.
Well, with science in general. It's the this effect. Okay, why do we call it the this effect? Because this person discovered or wrote about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like the Meyer-Briggs test.
Yeah.
Ah, keep messing up.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Well, it's a bit of a weird pattern. It's a bit too far.
I think you're gonna have to wait until the one that you're standing on is about to disappear and then just jump in the air. There you go.
Yeah.
That's the solution.
There you go. You're also smart, Cookie.
Yay.
Oops. Whee! Okay, actually, I think we might have made it to another color.
Yeah, maybe.
It's starting to feel like an ending.
Okay, this is pretty cool. Oh?
Why is she crying?
Well, wasn't there something that said that this game is actually about depression?
I have no idea.
I seem to remember people talking about it in that way. Also, there's birds there. Why don't you...
Well, I have to reach that spot first, right?
Yeah, but there were birds on the right as well.
Oh yeah, I didn't even see them.
Well, it doesn't really seem to matter. It's symmetrical.
Okay, maybe they don't have to do anything until... Yes. Why is there a little tree here?
It's just a little tree.
It's like, I'm significant! Ask me what it means!
Okay, it's kind of great that they're just triangles when they're at rest.
You're gonna carry me away? Are you gonna eat up my world?
Okay, that is a pretty nice effect.
Are you a nice bird?
Yeah, when
No, he isn't.
when it appears like that, honestly, I was about to go like, and Dark Souls music starts playing.
Pretty much. That's pretty much what's happening right now.
Oh, there's actually Dark Souls music playing?
There is music playing, that's dramatic, yes. I'm smarter than you. I've already learned the mechanics. I think we're heavily over time by now.
Not heavily. God, that bird is really well animated.
It is. Screw you guys, I'm going home. It's a really, really, really pretty game.
Yeah.
But maybe I need to read a bit more into it to really appreciate it. Well, I went up, which is probably my goal at the moment.
I guess? Yeah, we have an option here besides going down.
Yeah. And now he's probably gonna like show up to the left or something. Or above me to push me down. The games have been trying to give, at least indie games or less high budget games, have been trying to give like psychological issues more attention. Thinking of Senua's Sacrifice.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's like, isn't that the whole Senua's Sacrifice thing? Also,
I was a little bit mad at the end when they were using Illusion from VMV Nation.
Ah.
But that's because that means a lot more to me than what that game probably realizes.
Yeah, well, that's also a deeply personal thing, isn't it?
It's more of a community thing with like industrial and EBM. Because originally that song was made because a young British girl who was very much into the genre got killed by some sort of skinhead.
Oh, the Sophie...
Yeah.
Was it Lancaster?
The Lancaster thing.
Yeah, okay.
And that's why I was a little mad about it, but at the same time I'm like, yeah, but it does fit. So I'm willing to cut them slack in that sense, but at the same time it's like, honestly, it does hurt a little.
Honestly though, considering they used that, they probably knew.
Considering they have Andy LaPlaga working on music with them, yes, they knew.
They knew, and they probably were like, it's a nice extra thing that we... I mean, I'd like to believe that music choices in media are not done haphazardly.
And I feel like that other meaning gets a bit obscured with using it as the ending song.
Yeah, maybe. But also you're talking about psychological trouble in games being represented more. What is Silent Hill?
Yeah, but in recent years it's been a bit of an uptick.
Yeah, true. It's not just Silent Hill who does it. No, there's...
That dragon cancer? That's not psychological, that's medical, but still it involves the psychological results of it.
Yeah. Honestly...
And the relational pressure of it.
From what I've seen, that game is...
It's really dramatic from what I've seen. I don't think I can play it.
Yeah, but also...
Or even experience it.
But also, on the same... at the same time, it's like, yeah, the whole story behind it is terrible, because for those not in the know, it's a game made by a parent who actually lost their child to cancer, and it's their story. It's very directly their story. I think they use their own names and their child's name and everything. And it's super dramatic, don't get me wrong. But then there's just gameplay segments in there that just feel super ill-conceived. Like, oh yeah, and we have this whole level where you need to race around in a hospital collecting like prescriptions, and it's like, yeah, I get the symbolism about it, but it feels weird. It feels really weird and out of place.
It feels
from
also
what I've
a
seen.
bit too personal at times, like that we shouldn't be privy to what's happening in it.
Because it feels voyeuristic, maybe. Is that what you mean? Yeah, I guess, but. On the other hand, it is the people themselves that said, like, no, we want to tell our story. So in that case, I mean, that's just a personal hang-up from us then, feeling voyeuristic about it. But that's valid, but in this case, it's...
Doesn't remove the value of it.
Yeah, exactly. Holy damn, and now we went all so fucking heavy in our overtime.
Yeah. Maybe we should quit now.
But the bird... I mean...
Oh, he can just...
Oh, he can keep roaring until you...
But I do think I made him...
Okay.
I think I want to get near it so he launches me into the bell.
Oh. The bell disperses him. Okay.
Interesting.
Get over there. I suppose after this segment we could call it a day.
Yeah. I have no idea how far we went over, but it makes up for our disaster with Ruined.
Yeah. And judging from my clock, we are about 10 minutes over time, so not too drastic.
Okay.
That's not ominous at all.
It reminds me a little of Axiom Verge, visually.
Yeah, yeah. Like something between Axiom Verge and Nier Automata. Which I should...
You should get through the B plot. I know it's hard.
B plot, but I don't wanna.
Is it blue now?
Yeah, this looks very blue.
It's okay that you mix up blue and green though, because they're closely related.
Especially when they went for this kind of...
the watercolory look?
Yeah, not just the watercolory look, but they went for this kind of something between blue and greenish with the initial colors. But now, I'm blue, da ba dee da ba da.
If I was green, I would die. Well, now it's raining. Huh. And I guess with that.
If you stand still there, then that could be a very nice thumbnail. Like
we're never gonna get this thumbnail.
Stand on top of her nose or something.
We're never gonna get this thumbnail because it's near the end of the video.
Make a print screen.
Yeah. Let's see what that takes. See you next time, viewers.
See you next time.